Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the famed Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where so many great fights have gone on through the years for a much-anticipated main event. Scheduled for 8 rounds among light heavyweights. This should be a really good matchup here tonight. All that energy that we saw, it almost boiled over at the weigh-in yesterday. Now it gets to explode here in the ring. Perry's making his way to the ring right now, puffing out his chest, glaring with those eyes, and taking a big stride to his destination of glory. Davis is not throwing any fuel onto the fire for his opponent. He's just making his way down to the ring in a way in which he's checking that time card, ready to punch in and get to work.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round 1 is underway. Oh, a good right hand by Perry. Basic boxing, and it works so well. Put your punches together. A good combo by Davis. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Davis. He took a go of it to the body, but came up empty. Piercing jab by Davis. Solid uppercut. And yet another big shot comes in. What a hook to the body, and he is down and in bad shape. Perry's getting back up to his feet after being knocked down. A well-placed left hand up top. That was nice. He just drew the punch from his opponent, and then a good counter by Davis.
Yeah, like running through the rain without getting wet. Beautiful.
Able to land the hook to the head. End of this round. Alongside Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Now they got some work to do here. Their man was just dropped.
Yeah, the first thing is you put some cold water. You can't use that. You clear his head, and you tell him why he was dropped.
As he starts this fresh round, coming off a round in which he was knocked down, we often look at his legs. But sometimes even more telling was the disposition and the way that he and his corner acted in between rounds.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, Joe, because if the corner's not confident, they're not calm, if they show panic, then, of course, the fighter absorbs that.
Perry's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. Good flush, straight left hand. Brings the hook that time. Another huge shot comes in early on in this fight from him.
Well, he understood that his opponent...
Davis is in a tough spot right now. Boy, he got rocked. Did you see that? What a turn of events. What a turnaround. He scores his own knockdown after being knocked down earlier.
And that's where scoring a knockdown hurts you sometimes, because now you think you're just going to walk in and get it again. Well, he walked in, he did get it. He got it.
He gets up after that punch put him down on the canvas.
Now he needs to get on that bicycle and stay away from this guy.
Wow, a big flush blow, the left hand by Davis. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Good accurate work there after blocking that blow. Davis is been hurt. He brings an uppercut that really does damage there. Fine looking right hand by Perry. Davis is left now getting into the mix. Nice work with the jab by Perry. A big punch by Davis. He scored well after being hit himself. 10 clicks of the talk, not hitting his mark there going upstairs. And the round comes to an end. We did have a knockdown in that round. Now, Teddy, if you're in the corner where your man was down on the floor, what are you telling him?
Well, the first thing that I do is I sit him down, I get water on the back of his neck. You know, I bring him to a sense, I make sure that he's clear and everything, and then I tell him why he got his backside put on that canvas so he can correct it, and he doesn't go out there and get caught again with the same punch. We got it.
Davis is back. Look at him here in the start of this round. Remember, he got tagged hard in that last round.
Well, that's the reward you get when you have a good camp and you get yourself in top shape.
Solid left hand to the head. Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there's some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counter-punching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Davis. Davis's punch didn't come close. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. A crushing two-punch combo by Perry. Flush shot, it was the overhand left. What a damaging blow. Nice hook upstairs. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Left to the body. Didn't get it done going to the body there. Last 10 seconds of round number 3. Good smooth work by Perry. That's classic counterpunching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. You know, he just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
Perry's put more action into these first 3 rounds than we've seen in most 12-round fights. Your scorecard at the start of round number 4. Remember, they've traded knockdowns. He's up 2 rounds to 1.
And he's using that information, that experience very well. He understands where he could be vulnerable, but he understands also where he has to exploit the weaknesses of his opponent.
A nice block by Davis. To the head he goes with a left hand. Sees got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. That's a fierce left hand that landed by Perry. Davis's opponent is having a field day, Teddy. That left hand lands again.
Well, he keeps moving the wrong direction. He needs to move away from that punch.
Perry's going to think about the next time he throws a punch because he just got hit by a good, solid counter. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him by Davis. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. And now he scores well with the straight right. Nice jabs there by Perry. Davis is getting back to basics. A good, solid jab. 10 seconds to go in the fourth. Davis's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. What a good war this has been. What a good, solid fight it's been. The kind of fight that tells me somebody wants to get rid of the other guy.
It almost looks like they made a deal where neither one could win by decision, where if they didn't win by knockout, it doesn't count.
So the second half of this fight has now arrived. Davis's defense is paying off now. Nice solid left hand scored by Davis. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Davis. He missed with that headshot. What an impact that left hand just made by Davis. Now his opponent got away from that uppercut. Comes across with a hook up top. Nice work with the uppercut. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Good way to protect the midsection. Devastating blow by Perry. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Good biting, snapping shot by Davis. That is a big right hand after eating one himself. Oh, a big shot comes home for him.
And he walked right into it.
Perry's banged by a left hand. Oh boy, what a break he just caught. The bell rings at the end of the round. Saved by the bell.
And if you're in the corner, what do? Well, you just finished painting a house, you know, and you want to paint a little more, but the paint is still wet. You gotta wait for it to dry a little bit. You gotta wait for your guy to wake up. You gotta wait for the cobwebs to go away before you can do more painting.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got... Oh, that's a big shot with the left hand. Perry's just being swarmed. He just got stunned. He got absolutely nailed. What a demolishing hook by Davis. Davis is making for a very, very difficult night for his opponent. His opponent knew this was coming. He knew he was going to fight on the outside, but the jab is really doing damage.
Well, his opponent knew this was coming. Why is he not blocking that jab or moving his head and getting away from it?
See, that's what you want from his left hand. That's exactly what it should be doing, that left hand by Davis. He got hit, but he sends it right back. Halfway through round 6. Perry's crushed by a right hand. Good job. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Davis. And just grabbing onto his opponent. Flush right hand to the head. Took a shot, now he gives a left. A stinging counterpunch after some fine defense by Perry. Davis's corner has been in positions like this with other fighters, and sometimes it doesn't go your way. You get a moment to gather yourself here. You're leading on the scorecards, but you still have to stand up and deliver. Here they go again. It's been wildly entertaining. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by Davis. Davis is making for a trainer's dream right now. Picking his shots, Teddy. Selecting when, where, and being very accurate.
Yeah, the old timers would say he's a real sharpshooter. That's exactly what he's doing. He's not missing much.
Oh, what a hook upstairs. Davis is making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Look at that. The hook came home with ease. Perry's tagged by that punch. And now he scores with that left to the body. Crashes home with a hook. See, that's the work they want to see with the right hand by Davis. And now he's targeting upstairs. Davis is on the wrong end of a destructive uppercut. And now you see him scoring well with the right. Nice work, the left hand to the head. A little head hunting with the right. Good jab by Perry. Really wanted that uppercut, but just couldn't get it. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Davis. And round 7 comes to an end.
There you go. That's the best.
Eighth round has started. If things don't change course right now, his opponent is going to start pulling away.
Yeah, because that's what happens. You know, boxing's about human nature. You leave somebody alone, guess what? They're not going to leave you alone. They're going to get a little braver.
Good right hand by Perry. Big shot up top. He really got to him there. On the mark with the straight left hand. Davis is showing us some improvement here offensively. I mean, you can see that he really worked hard in training camp of bringing a varied offense to this fight.
You know, that's a good point, Joe. You know what's working for him, really, is that his opponent thought that he was going to see the same thing that he had seen in the past. Now this change here is catching his opponent by surprise.
Excellent 1-2 by Davis. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. He went to the basement, and he brought it big time.
There's flooding there right now.
And oh, what a good, strong uppercut by Davis.
Davis
Davis's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. Right to the belt line. Perry's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Davis has done a good job there offensively scoring with that left hand. Hits him in the mug with the right. A well-targeted jab that time.
And that's exactly what you need when you want to stay on the outside. Something to keep you away from your opponent.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Perry's not the kind of... Perry's in bad shape. Well, which way did it go? That is the question everybody wants the answer to. The man with the answer is standing in the ring, and here he is. Davis's performance tonight was exactly what he was looking for. And it's exactly what the judges reward. Good, solid effort, a unanimous decision.
Yeah, if he was a pitcher, he'd be getting a shutout right now. Almost a perfect game.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. That does it ringside. We'll see you next time at the fights. Hi, everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to Boardwalk Hall and the famed Atlantic City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for our main event of the evening. 8 rounds of light heavyweight action. Boy, and we expect this to be a big night of action. We spoke with both fighters yesterday. Fireworks anticipated here tonight. Let's see. He's ring walk. Not exactly full of fanfare or intensity. Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round 1 underway. Was just off the mark. Good blocks. Nice work with the left hand. Body shot lands. It was the right. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Blocks that belt line well. Up top with the right hand. Halfway through round number 1. Good-looking two-punch combination there. And there he is scoring with the right hand. And right from the start, he's throwing the power punches and landing them.
I think he has a date and he wants to get to it.
And now just wasting everybody's time holding on. Blocks a shot and pulls the trigger. Off to the side, a little swing and a miss going upstairs. Will you look at this? Look at this pace that these two are fighting at so early in the fight. Teddy, each man must have been determined to think they can get the other one out of here early.
Yeah, I want to see who blinks first, though. That's what's interesting to me. Who changes? They can't both keep this up.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. How about that left hand? And he returns on that exchange. Targeting the uppercut, and it worked. He gets hit, but he gives it right back. Oh, what an uppercut. Great hook to the head that time. And he counters back with a big shot. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. There's the uppercut, one of my favorite punches, and it works that time for him. Now there's the jab. Well, he's thrown it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. A flush hook scores well for him. That's a big uppercut that just crashed home. Brings a big power punch. It landed well.
Well, we were talking about getting into the kitchen. He went in there and he tore apart that kitchen.
Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. He digs in with an uppercut after blocking that shot away. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with the counterpunching.
Well, the old timers used to say when you're calm in there, when you're controlling there, you can make him do what you want. He made him tie his shoelaces right there.
Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Do you see any way in which he can take his opponent's aggression and turn it against him?
Yeah, the perfect way. I mean, boxing 101, counterpunching. You got a guy coming at you, no better way than to change his mind. Make him miss, make him pay.
Good return fire that time. He just missed that shot up top. A crushing blow up top.
I don't know if he has enough time to recover.
And coming upon solid, and he goes down for the first time tonight. So now the question becomes, after that knockdown, and he has gotten up, how does he survive?
Joe, one of the ways he survives is if he's been taught. Have good habits, have good fundamentals been put there. You're going to find out right now, he needs them right now.
He scores with the left. He comes with the straight right hand. Scored well with the hook. Solid hook. Well placed, straight right hand. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. This is a fairly competitive, tight fight. The difference being, of course, we did have a knockdown scored as you look at Teddy's scorecard.
And that's what professional boxing is about, putting fannies in the seats. The harder puncher, the guy who's more effective, the guy who puts more hurt on you, gets the round.
Able to show you his blocking ability. He scores with the jab there.
You know, Joe, a lot of times you think about a jab being used by an outside guy, but to get inside, you need a cover. And there, right there, was the cover.
Well, we've seen the complete opposite, Teddy. We've seen fighters that when they've been knocked down, they become desperate or they completely close the door and get overly cautious. This fighter's fighting the same way he's ever fought.
Yeah, and that's either going to be a good or a bad thing. That's the confidence that he's going to get it right, that he understands himself, that he's not going away from his game, from his fight, or he's going to pay an awful penalty for it because his opponent is going to pick up on that predictability and he's going to keep banging him with the same reason.
Scored well up top. Here's a moment here as you see the step-back counter punch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces him into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss.
That uppercut absolutely rocked him. Well, I don't like the way his legs look at all right now. Right hand over the top, very accurate with it. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
And we are underway with the second half of this fight. I really like what he's doing here. I mean, if you were to pick any one piece of weaponry that you say aligns with what he is strategically as a fighter, it is the jab, and he's firing it off beautifully.
And he's firing it off consistently all night at the right distance. He's getting full extension on that punch, and that's making him effective offensively and safe defensively. He's out of the other fighter's range.
Little head knocking with that right hand. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Good exchange, he fires back. Able to land the jab. Boy, right on target with that double jab. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Halfway through this round. There's a straight right hand. That just missed. He saw the uppercut, he took advantage, throwing it out there. How about that counter shot? is anything going to change at this point? He keeps getting hit by right hands.
Probably not. Let's be honest, Joe. This is a habit. This is a flaw that was with him in the gym, and it's still with him now. It's not going to change.
Nice work doubling up that jab. Blocks one and then brings his own bazooka. Round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy with you here ringside. Teddy, you know, you really got to admire how accurate he is. I mean, he makes the most of what he throws.
Yeah, he makes it count. This is a guy who doesn't want to waste anything.
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. You see what happens when he commits to the uppercut. Look at that. Great work there. You see him zeroing in with that left hand to the body. Big uppercut right on the mark. And now he's targeting upstairs. And he's holding. Teddy, you saw that coming. You said he was waiting for that.
Yeah, what he was doing was he was just pulling that shoulder back a little bit. Trying to draw that right hand, pull that shoulder back, be a ghost a little bit. Disappear on him, come back with the right hand.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. Good flush shot upstairs. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Wow, is he defensively sound. Turns over that hook, and he does damage upstairs. Very accurate with the overhand right. Gets rid of that body shot. Mistargeted. Oh, very nice. Smart counterpunch there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You make the guy miss, you make him pay.
All right, Teddy, let me put you back in your old job here. You're going to be trainer here. Now, we're just coming off of a round there where clearly I think he won the round, but it's a close competitive fight that your guys probably win.
Yeah, I know what not to tell him. I'm not telling him he's winning. That's what I'm not telling him. I want to make sure that he keeps his edge. You know, he stays smart and everything, but the only reason that I think he's up is because he's keeping the punch output, he's staying sharp defensively, you know, he's still attacking in the spots that he should attack. I want to keep it that way.
I know it's good to throw a lot of punches, but it's better to do what we're seeing out of him right now, and that's land when you throw.
Yeah, he's making everything count. He's putting everything out there.
That's a big right hand. Targets his opponent. Oh, and there you go. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down.
One, two, three, four.
I give him a lot of credit for even getting up from that knockdown, but he still has to impress and move forward here.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit, but I also recognize that he's in good shape. That's one of the reasons he got up.
Able to time that left hand and score with it. Right to the body. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Wow, what an uppercut. Solid left. Oh, I like the way he went to the body with that hook. Big, big shot comes crashing home.
Well, you go straight back, and you're going to pay a price. He paid a big one there. He returns the favor with an uppercut. Oh,
Oh, what a shot upstairs.
He's going to have to grab on.
This is anybody's fight. Here we are, the start of round number 8. Teddy, you've got him up slightly, but I don't know. I'm watching this fight, and I think at any moment it could turn.
Yeah, this is like in the old days, you know, the corner might break off one of those ammonia capsules, one of those smell salts, you know, in the nose of a guy. Pick him up a little bit, bring him down the home stretch. Hey, you can't use those anymore, but you can use some stern, strong words. Get going. Come on, pick it up a little bit. Don't sleep now.
This is just as much a fork in the road for his opponent as it is for him, because the opponent's saying, hey, I knocked this guy down, and now he's complete. Oh, that uppercut got him back. Big shot. Knocked down again. Unreal.
Now you gotta wonder what the corner's thinking. Are they gonna stop this?
What guts he's showing here. I don't know that he's going to get the glory, but what guts to keep fighting here when he's damaged like this.
Well, actually, Joe, too much guts. That's why the old-time guys, the smart trainers, used to say you have to have a little fear in there to know when you're in a bad place, to know when to grab, when to get out of there.
Good left there. To that one, that was a solid uppercut. A well-placed overhand right. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Gets him with the right hand. A little something of his own, blocks a shot, brings back the uppercut. Boy, you think the fans like that? Listen to this applause. Good, strong fight all night long. Let's send it up to the ring to hear what the judges had to say. Seemed like he was destined to win throughout the fight. Teddy, your scorecard showed that, and the judges agree. Unanimous decision.
Yeah, he was destined to win because he kept using that jab all night long and outworking his opponent.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night. everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to a sold-out Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 8 rounds, light heavyweights. And the anticipation for this bout has grown as the week has gone on. A lot of talk behind these two. Now it's time to walk the walk. Davis is making his way to the ring. And I know you're used to seeing many ring walks where guys are really jacked up. This isn't one of them. He's almost giving you the feeling here that he's completely indifferent to all the pressure. I mean, this is a guy that's been there, done that, and he couldn't care less about the pressures that are in front of him. Get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about. It's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number 1. Not able to land the headshot. Halfway through this round here. Good right hand. Able to land another power shot early on here, Teddy. Does he have to worry about trying to keep up this pace?
No, I don't think so. If he keeps at this pace, he's not going to be around to worry.
Flush shot. The left hand came in. Left to the body. Hook to the body. Oh, that got to him. Davis is hurt. Can you believe this? This round is absolutely outrageous. And he catches a lucky break. Saved by the bell here at the end of the round, Teddy.
Yeah, right away you're thinking, you know, where do I spend my time right now? You want to tell him things that can help him, but he is really groggy right now, so you got to get him clear-minded first.
Teddy, I got to be honest with you. Based on what we saw in that last round, I didn't think we'd be broadcasting this round. I thought the fight would be over. It may be soon if his opponent can jump on him.
But this could be his only chance. I don't think it can last much longer. Maybe this is the moment where you expect the opponent to come after you fast. Maybe you grit yourself, you plant your feet, you draw a line in the sand, so to speak, and you nail him coming in.
Well, that was his intention, and that's what he's doing. Not engaging in the fight, but clinching. Well, he's committed to the left hand, and it's paying off here. Parries that punch intended for the head. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Davis's left landing well. So right from the start in this fight, he's committed to the body shot.
Well, that's the time to go there right at the beginning, because body work pays off for you later in the fight. No sense in wasting time. Get right to it.
on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. Crashes home with the uppercut. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with this counterpunching. Davis has got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. Joe and Teddy with you here in between rounds. A round in which, boy, he really just dominated his opponent. Teddy, he's got to think things could be coming to a sensational ending for him when he gets off the stool here.
Well, he's showing that to you right now. I'm looking at him right now, and he's starting to get up. There's a couple seconds left. There's probably 5 seconds left before he has to get up, and he's getting up early. That shows you right what you're talking about. He's chomping at the bit. He's confident.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Trying to time that straight left hand, and he does so with ease. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go, oh no, actually I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. Commits to the straight right. He scores with the jab. Solid hook upstairs. Good left hand able to land. Davis is nailed by a huge hook. He clinches when he gets to the inside. Right to the head with that right. Davis is on the receiving end of a hook. Davis is almost looking foolish that time he missed so badly. Comes right back with a shot of his own. He just smashed him with that power punch.
That'll teach him to be aggressive with a tall fighter.
He's losing this fight, and I think it's easy to see why. He's getting hit by that left hand far too much.
Well, the most elementary thing, the first thing you're taught in boxing is use your left hand. The second thing, get away from it. I guess he never learned that second thing.
Davis is ahead on Teddy's scorecard as we take a peek at those scores for the first time here today. Round number 4 just underway. After 3 rounds, he finds himself up just a round, but nothing really to pull away early on. Good job with the left hand. It was sudden, it was fast, it was direct by Davis. Comes with the right. Davis is getting himself into the mix now, landing that left hand. Well-targeted double jab by Davis. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. And he ties up on the inside. Little head hunting with the left. Clinching his opponent. Nobody likes to see that. Body shot, left hand. Able to land a shot to the body. He's had a lot of success there, Teddy.
And that's going to set up the headshots later on.
Oh, that's a big hook right there. He scores with the jab there. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Davis. Crashes home a headshot after blocking his opponent. A knifing left hand by Davis. Count down the final moments of this round. Davis has got to shore things up a bit there. That was a destructive counterpunch he got hit by. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
You got to watch the water in the corner. Too much.
And with the start of this round, the halfway point of this fight. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
You see how he timed that overhand right after blocking the shot. And now you see the southpaw pulling the trigger with the straight left. Way to block there. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. Keeps his... Oh, he gets hit by a left hand that he had no clue on. Big shot comes crashing home. Look at the torque from that uppercut. It floored him. Davis is showing you what he is made of, getting up off the canvas after being knocked down. Now he places that hook right to the body. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Good scoring shot. It was a straight right. Davis's movement helped out there. He avoided that punch. Crafty counter punching. Oh boy, big shot up top. A thunderous punch able to land to the head.
So he thought he was out of range. He wasn't.
Scores up top with a left. Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So Teddy, you're working the corner of the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that if he's been down before, you want to actually use that for a positive. I know that sounds crazy, but you say, hey, you've been here before, you've overcome it. You want to remind him that he can get back. And then the most important thing, Joe, is you tell him why he got dropped. So when he goes out there, he's not just scared going into a dark place saying, gee, it's going to happen again. He knows he has control.
How quickly can he recover? That's one of the questions that'll be answered early on in this round after being knocked down in that last round.
Well, what he has to do is go out there, be defensive-minded. I think get a little time early on. Don't worry about winning or pressing the first part of the round. Just get himself together, then start picking it up after that.
Blocks away that headshot. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed, as you said.
And a power shot lands, and all of a sudden it turns the tables.
A little slow with that jab, and he got caught the right hand.
Solid left hand. Davis's defense let him down that time. He got caught by a well-targeted counterpunch. What a big shot. Up off the deck and now in control. He scores a knockdown of his own.
And he turned it around because when his opponent scored the knockdown, he got a little careless, a little lazy.
Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down, now he's got to survive.
No, that's where you're wrong. It's not hard to prepare, it's a must to prepare. If you're a trainer, that's what you do in the gym. You teach a guy, if you're in this situation, this is what you do. You grab on, you move your head, you survive.
Round comes to an end. We saw the knockdown there in that round, a little bit of a momentum gainer.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
How so?
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
Action under the bright lights throughout the night, and now the next round underway. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Parries the punch, puts one in there. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. Good flush shot by Davis. Committing to the body work now. He lands the right hand. Halfway through the 7th round. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. And now just wasting away some time with that clinch. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Good accuracy with that uppercut. So he went down earlier, and yet he's still fighting with the same kind of style, the same kind of disposition he was fighting with before the knockdown. If I'm the opponent, maybe that's a sign to me that, hey, maybe I didn't hurt the guy that much.
Or maybe it's a sign that this son of a gun is just very predictable. He can't change. And maybe I'm going to have a party tonight because I'm going to keep catching with the same thing until he takes it away from me.
That's a good point. Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. And that does it for this round. We're starting to see a trend now, Teddy. Here we are, the early goings of round number 8. We look at your scorecard. What seemed to be an even fight, now Davis has pulled away with what he's been able to string together the last few rounds.
Well, he's shown the character of a future champion. That he's not satisfied just to stay there. If he has a chance to go ahead, he's going to take that chance. He's made that chance. He's taken it.
Not much action as he just ties up. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Davis is making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out. You stay with it.
Blocks a shot and then lands an uppercut of his own. I can imagine throughout your career you've been all over a lot of fighters for lack of movement.
Yeah, it's very, very frustrating because you start to wonder, does he want to win the fight? That's what you start to wonder.
Now hugging on the inside. Davis is hurt from that. Clearly hurt, but holding on.
He's hugging him like he just got home for Christmas.
Good looking uppercut that time. Very clean offense from defense by Davis. Targeting that belt line with the right hand. A solid uppercut by Davis. Zones in on that overhand right. The fight is over, but now the debate begins. Who won that fight?
This is where you hope that the criterion for scoring a fight is understood by the judges, because if there's any gray area, you're going to be all over the place in this one. Very hard to pick a winner.
So the judges see it a draw. Now, just talking to you throughout the broadcast tonight, you felt it should have gone one way.
I think he should go out and buy some lottery tickets, because he is as lucky as I can think.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us ringside.